Have me an M&M ice cream sandwich before I go upstairs and take me a nap before work. But quick correctional officer video. I read my comments, right? And I recall some people, some of the more negative comments as far as working as a correctional officer. People were saying, you're doing time with the inmates. You trading your life away, you slaving your life away behind the prison. Me personally, I never felt like I was doing time with the inmates, but I wanted to touch on that subject and I wanted to explore that topic. Anybody that's working in corrections, do y'all feel like y'all are doing time with the inmates? I don't know. Maybe that's the reason some people may have quit corrections altogether and, they sought out other avenues of employment. I'm not sure. But like I said, I feel like I just go in there, I do my job. It's just a job at the end of the day. That's what I chose to do. I chose to pursue this career, and it just so happens to be that I go into a prison to do my 9 to 5 versus somebody else who may, go into a bank or a school or a hospital or wherever you work at. I just happen to go inside of a prison, So I don't know if that's the case with other people who may be in corrections, or you may be about to start working in correction. I don't want you to start feeling like that, So I was going to talk about some things, that may help you combat that feeling if it ever came to that. And like I said, I just mentioned this. Always remember, it's just a job at the end of the day. You always got to keep that in the back of your head. You get to go home at the end of the day. As long as you make it through your shift safely, in one piece, you get to go home at the end. When it's time to clock out, it's time to clock out. So I don't never get that thought like, oh, I'm in here, I'm with the inmates, man. I got to get strip searched. I got to do this at this certain time. When they tell me I can use the bathroom, or, I got to be in my bed by a certain time. No, I'm the officer. I'm supposed to be telling them what to do. So treat it as such. You treat it like a job. That's your job. You know what I mean? You getting to go home. You're trading your time for $1 like anybody else that has a regular job. So there's no need to feel like you're doing time with the inmates. Does it have its moments? Yes. Does stuff happen inside of a prison? Yes. But that's any job. That's any job anywhere. There's going to be times, where things get hectic, it gets busy, stuff could happen. Inmate fight could break out, a riot, staff assault, inmate start getting stabbed, inmate try to commit suicide. But when you look at stuff that happens in the real world, there's mass shootings, people robbing banks, stuff like that. So stuff happens in other jobs too. So every job has its ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? This is the next thing that'll help you to never feel like you're doing time with the inmates in the prison. Every time you clock out, leave the job at work. Don't take work home with you. Whatever happened that day, it's in the past. I got a thing I like to do. It's like I say in my videos, my workout videos, my pre-workout videos, from the prison yard straight to the weight yard. That's my mindset. As soon as my release shows up, they walk through the door, I tell them what the count is, what happened, if anything occurred on the shift. I hand off the equipment. You good? You need anything? Okay, boom, grab my book bag, my lunch bag. Boom, I'm out the door. As soon as I get through the Sally Port and the gate, I'm in gym mode. That's the last thing that's on my mind. I leave work at work. I don't be thinking about work outside of work. I don't be talking about work outside of work. That's the last thing on my mind. I'm out here in the real world trying to live my best life, trying to do the things that makes me happy. The gym, these videos, travel, going out to eat, spending time with the fam, catching up on my shows, That's all I be thinking about. Only time I'm thinking about work outside of work is when I'm making these correctional officer videos, or saying like I'm on vacation or out and about somewhere. and I meet somebody and we get to talk and they ask what I do. Outside of that, I don't be even thinking about work. I leave it there, man. There's some people, and some of my coworkers, they always want to talk about work outside of work. You know, I don't go as much these days, but I've been to like, you know, work functions outside of work, you know, where coworkers get up, somebody got a promotion, somebody's retiring or something. It's like you get in there and it may be at like a bar or I don't know, a restaurant or a club, but you get there and it's like some people in there just talking about what happened at work. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck what happened at work. Talk about something else. You know, I'm like, you feel me? Work is going to be there when you get back, man. That shouldn't consume your mind and live rent-free in your mind, you know? You have to know how to turn it off. You know, as far as the correctional officer mode. Because you know when you behind the wall, you have to always be on go mode. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like physically, but like it's a mindset thing. You have to always be on your P's and Q's working inside of a prison or a jail because you don't know what's going to happen next, man. When stuff goes down, it goes down quick, like 0 to 100. So you always got to be thinking, what if this happens? You know, always, you know, trying to monitor the inmates, you know, trying to get cues from them of a fight's about to break out, a riot, stuff like that. You always got to be on point. So that's enough stress as it is, you know. So why would you want to take the job home with you and it's already stressful enough in your head, you know, always having to be in that mode where anything can happen at any given time, you know. So do yourself a favor. Just leave work at work, man. When it's time to clock out, no matter what happened, man, when you clock out, it's a new day. Treat it like that. It's a new day. You come back the next day, you know, you can't hold no vendettas, trying to get revenge, or you had some words with an inmate, you got into a scuffle with an inmate because, you know, 9 times out of 10, if they didn't get locked up or, you know, really get in trouble, maybe y'all had an argument, y'all had some words, nothing happened. You probably 9 times out of 10 going to see that same inmate the next day. So you got to get ready for the next shift, man. You know, taking one day at a time. Whatever happened that day, leave it there and move on. Move on with your life, baby. Let's see what we got. The next thing. Realize that PTSD, stress, and burnout, it can happen to anyone. You know, this is a high stressful environment. You know, it's long hours sometimes, away from your family. Sometimes you got to work the weekends, the holidays. You got to work different shifts. You dealing with people that don't want to be in prison, that's trying to find every way they can to get over on the system, to try to compromise staff, violent individuals, mentally ill, mentally disturbed individuals. You got co-workers in there, you know, that like to start drama, gossip, rumor mills. They difficult to work with. Difficult supervisor sometimes, you know, so all of that, it can lead to PTSD, burnout, you know what I'm saying, stressful, you stressed out, you know, you just gotta be able to recognize those signs. If it's starting to get too much, you know, maybe you need to take a couple of days off. You know, always try to focus on the things that you enjoy outside of work. You know, me, I'm big into the gym, so that's one thing I can always count forward. I can look forward to once I get off of work. I'm going to go to the gym. No matter how bad of a day or how busy the day was, once I get, like I said, I get through that Sally Port, I'm going to the gym. We finna go hit it. You know, now I'm in gym mode. I'm not worried about work. You know, unless I done got in a car accident, I done got badly injured or something, a family emergency, I'm going to the yard and we're going to hit that steel, man, whether it's chest day, leg day, back, arms, shoulders, whatever. We can hit it all. We can do a full body workout. I don't care. I'm going to the gym. It just is what it is. Me not going to the gym was like a crackhead waking up and not trying to smoke no crack. It just don't make no sense. You know, like I said, it's a lifestyle for me, but you got to find, you know, like I said, what you like to do, what makes you happy, and focus on that. You need to lean on your support group, your family, your wife, your husband, the kids, you know. Always be thinking, you know, of the stuff that you have to look forward to in your life, man. It's always something good in your life, you know, no matter how bad it may seem. It's always something to look forward to. It's always something good in life. You know, I always try to be optimistic about life, upbeat, positive, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what situations arise, I always have it in my mind that I'm going to overcome and I'm going to be able to step over that and keep moving on in my journey in life. You know what I'm saying? This is the next thing, never, never, ever, 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 ever take things personal at work, man. Don't take things personal. You got to be able to be professional, and realize that sometimes things happen in prison outside of your power, and it's nothing personal against you. It's just how things go down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Inmate may cuss you out, call you out of your name. You may have a verbal altercation with a coworker. The supervisor may try to chew you out for something you did wrong. It's never personal, man. So you can't get in your feelings, this and that, man. Like I say, at the end of the day, man, we all adults. Stuff happens. You get to go home at the end of the day, man. You can learn from it. As long as you ain't make too crazy of a mistake, like bringing in contraband to an inmate, or you purposely allowing the inmate to escape, something like that. You can always come back, from any mistake, this and that. You know what I'm saying? This is the last thing I'm going to leave you with, man. You got to be able to learn to control what you can when you're behind that wall. Some things are outside of your control. It just is what it is. You can't control everything. The thing I learned over the years, man, is just to try to control what goes on in my unit. I like to work the housing unit just because of the simple fact that I'm by myself majority of the time. It's just me and the inmates. We come to get to know each other. They know how I operate, and they know what they expect from me. And they know what I expect from them when I'm working that unit, and it kind of, you get that working relationship, and that makes for an easier shift. That makes for a smooth quarter, however long you're going to be on that unit, working that unit. You know what I'm saying? Once you set the boundaries and the guidelines, you got to be able to control what you can. You can't control the work politics. You can't control the clique, the good old boy clubs, job promotion. Some things are just outside of your control, So if you spend your time trying to dwell on stuff like that, it may make it seem like you're doing time with the inmates, because it's like you feel like you trapped, you don't have a way out, But all in all, at the end of the day, man, as long as you get to go home, back to your family, or whatever it is you like to do, you like to play video games, you like to write poetry, play the guitar, you like to roller skate, you like to like me, like travel or hit the gym, then you good, man. Shit, I don't overcomplicate the job or make it, make it seem like it has to be something more than what it is. It's just a job at the end of the day. It's my 9 to 5. I've been doing it 13 years. I still enjoy it. The good to me far outweighs the bad. I feel like it was one of the best decisions I ever made, and I stumbled into corrections on accident. It wasn't like I actively was seeking or went to college saying I want to be a correctional officer. Once I graduated college, I didn't even know what I wanted to do when I was going, getting my degree in criminal justice. One of my professors, this happened. He told me that he used to be a CO back in the day at the county jail before he became a college professor. And he was like, "Why don't you try that out?" So I just tried it out. I almost quit. I was a few months into the job. An inmate committed suicide, and I found him, man. And I was like, kind of thinking, like, shit, I don't know if this is the right job for me. That shit was kind of crazy, but I stuck with it. And here I am 13 years later, So all in all, like I said, I've never felt like I'm doing time with the inmates, Yes, I go behind the prison wall. Yes, it's a Sally port, but it's not like I'm in there in oranges or browns, in handcuffs, or I got to go in my cell when it's lights out or count time. None of that, man. I'm doing my hours, whatever shift I'm working, and I get to go home. So let's just keep it there. Let's just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got the merchandise for sale. Shop with me on my website, www.theghettobodybuilder.com. Y'all got any comments, questions, topics, or ideas for future videos? Drop a comment in the comment box. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.